It's awesome, to have the opportunity to play in this environment.
Coming up on the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime Saturday night.
Back to Ulis for three. Got it!
Kentucky, Georgia, LSU, Texas A&M, SEC Tournament semifinals. Plus,
this group all year has been really committed on both sides of the ball. They've been an absolute, joy to work with.
LMU starts hot in the NCAA Division II National Tournament. And we got some special guests in the house tonight. Are you ready? Great.
Oh, yes. Whoa, Phillip.
We're ready. Let's start the show.
I'm Eva Bianchi,
Jordan Brock,
Brooklyn Messingill,
Katie King.
Sports Overtime Saturday night starts now.
Well, welcome into the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime Saturday night. I am Jamie McCracken, not joined by Lauren Cash tonight. Lauren is in Louisville with her family. Of course, Josh is down in Nashville covering the Cats. So here we go tonight. Kentucky and Georgia meeting up in the Southeastern Conference semifinals today in Nashville. And by the way, I'll be joined by a couple guests later on the show. The Wildcats 2 wins away from winning the program's 29th SEC Tournament Championship. The SEC announced that there were 19,108 fans at this game. I'm guessing there's about 19,000 of those that were from Big Blue Nation because Bridgestone was rocking. Georgia, though, on a surprising run early. William Jackson III, he's got 3 sticks on his jersey, and that's a 3-ball. Georgia up 15-5 on Kentucky. Later in the first half, Kentucky begins to wake up. Hashtag bow and arrow time. Jamal Murray dunking on him. Now later, hashtag bow and arrow going to do what he does best. Shoot a 3-ball. Cats up 34-32, let it rain. Georgia quickly, though, runs the court after that, and Kenny Gaines be like, hey, Murray, right in your face. Bulldogs up by 3 at that point. Kentucky hanging in there. Tyler Ulis starts doing Tyler Ulis things. Oh, my goodness. The Cats pressing now. This didn't work too much, though, today. Georgia breaks it, and it's Gaines again. Georgia led 49-44 at the break. Most points given up in a half this season by the Cats, and it's the most points Georgia has scored in a half all season. By the way, Georgia shot 61% in that first half. Let's go second half. Yanti Maton. Georgia up 7, and then J.J. Frazier, great up and under. A little teardrop in the lane. Dogs still up 4, but you see Frazier in a lot of pain. He goes down, came down awkwardly on that left ankle, would have to leave the game. So we go now 8.5 minutes to go. Kentucky down 1. Ulis can't get it. Kentucky, though, is going to get the lead with an Isaiah Briscoe putback. Cats take the lead 68-67. Ulis now spotting up, misses again. Murray saves it. And Briscoe gets it back and says, all right, try it again, Tyler. Oh, the SEC Player of the Year. You can't give him 2 tries. He had 25, Cats up 7. Kentucky puts the game away a short time later. Murray pays back Gaines. Right in your face, bruh. 12th 20-point game for the freshie. Game high 26. Let's go to the Highlands Health System scoreboard. Kentucky and the Big Blue Nation get another day in Nashville. Cats come back in the second half and win 93-80. Kentucky moves to 40-2 all-time in SEC tournament semifinal games. So let's see who they're going to play in the SEC championship. SEC Freshman of the Year, Ben Simmons. LSU ready to go, taking on Texas A&M. First half, Simmons drives. Oh, my goodness, that's real nice. Tigers up 3. Simmons goes for 10 points, 12 boards. That's double-double, number 23 for him on the season. Later, Jalen Jones takes it to the bucket. Now, this is significant. Why? Because Simmons is looking on because he's in foul trouble. You never want your best player in foul trouble early on in the game. Time winding down now in the first half. It's Edmond Gilder. Pump fake and then give it to him. At the buzzer, A&M up 35-13 at the break. Repeat, 35-13. That's real bad. Second half, Alex Caruso alley-oop pass to Tony Tracha-Morales for the jam. Aggies just demolishing LSU, 46-19 at that point. Then later, Daniel Haas says, hey, man, I want in on this action, please. Go get it. And the Aggies are going to make their first conference tournament championship game since 1994. Let's go to the Highlands Health System scoreboard. They beat LSU 71-38. That's their 8th straight win. And here's a did you know for you. A&M hasn't won a tournament title since beating Baylor in 1987. They'll get their shot tomorrow against a program that has won 28 SEC tournament titles. It is Kentucky, and it is Texas A&M for the SEC Tournament Championship on Sunday, noon tip time inside the Bridgestone Arena down in Nashville. If you won't be there, ESPN will have it for you on TV. This is a rematch of that February 20th game, of course, where the Aggies beat the Wildcats in overtime. The controversial technical call on Isaac Humphries for slamming the ball down that happened in that game. Cats, Aggies, 2 top 20 teams tomorrow for the tournament title. Hey, Josh McKinney, what up from Nashville?
SEC basketball fans got the matchup they wanted, Kentucky versus Texas A&M for the conference tournament championship, but the path to Sunday's game was a bit different for the Wildcats and the Aggies. Kentucky only led Georgia for 55 total seconds until it took the lead for good with 8:16 to go in the second half, part of a 13-3 run that propelled the Cats into the SEC tournament final for the 6th time in the last 7 seasons, beating the Bulldogs 93-80.
You know, it's very nice. Last year we were here, it was a different story, but, you know, being in this game is big for us. This is a team that we were co-champions with, so, you know, we want to come out there and get the win.
And while the game itself had many UK fans on the edge of their seat, head coach John Calipari says he liked that Georgia played the way it did and liked even more how his team responded.
I love what I saw. I love the fact that they shot 60% in the first half and didn't miss any shots, and we were hanging around. I love the fact that Isaiah shouldn't have played but about 3 minutes, and Charles went in and played so well and helped us. Love the fact that Skal struggled and we went with a different lineup and we played fine.
As for the Aggies, they had no problem at all with projected #1 overall pick Ben Simmons and the LSU Tigers. The Aggies limited LSU to 38 total points, the fewest for any Division I men's basketball team this season, and cruised to the 71-38 win.
You don't envision beating someone by 40 in the semifinal game before you try to go to the championship, but I mean that's just how the game played out. They kind of withered down as we got stronger, and the score resulted in that. But I mean it's huge for us to be able to just kind of get some other guys in, let them get more experience in a high intensity game.
It's awesome, you know, to have the opportunity to play in this environment and at this stage. Again, I'm just really pleased for our guys. It's great for our young guys to gain that experience so we can progress on next season, and it's great for our seniors who have put in the time and have bought in. And I want them to absorb it and enjoy it.
Setting up a rematch between the co-champions of the Southeastern Conference. Kentucky lost a heartbreaker in College Station back on February 20th, but feels ready for revenge with the tournament title on the line.
This is a team that coming in that we have to respect, because going down to Texas A&M, they beat us the first time, and you know, if we play the way we play today and everybody clicks as a team, I think that we can come out to win.
So it is the king of the Southeastern Conference versus the up-and-comer. Kentucky leads all conference teams with 28 tournament championships, while Texas A&M is looking for its first tournament title since joining the league back in 2013. Reporting inside Bridgestone Arena in downtown Nashville, Josh McKinney for Sports Overtime Saturday night.
Oh my goodness, all right. That does it from Josh. Really appreciate his work all week. Again, I got to show these guys one more time. They are coming up on the show. John Noble will be up first, then we'll have Jeff Davis, then we'll have Travis York. They begin co-hosting the show next on the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime Saturday night. All right, welcome back to the show. The jacket is not off yet. I forgot to take it off. I was supposed to take it off there. The rest of the show is going to be a little bit different. I've got 3 coaches from the coverage area. They're all taking their teams, of course, to the Sweet 16 in studio tonight. And we're still going to do highlights, but I have to take the time to talk with these guys and get them, you know, a little bit comfortable before they try this job out. First up, John Noble, Buckhorn 14th Region Champs. First of all, how's it going, Coach?
Oh, it's going great. You know, been a little hectic the last couple of days, but, you know, we're really enjoying it.
Yeah, you win. Of course, you beat Perry Central in the 14th Region Championship. What's been going on, I guess, with practice right now?
First day, we actually gave them the day off after the championship win, but the next day, a little rough getting them dialed in. Everybody's kind of focused. You know, we haven't been here Buckhorn in 27 years. So it's been a little while, and the guys kind of get a little caught up, but we're starting to get them a little bit dialed in right now.
All right, now obviously I bring you on the show. We're gonna do some highlight stuff, but we're
Okay.
not yet. See, the thing is, you see where it says we're gonna show you wrestling.
Yeah, I caught that somewhere. Let's see.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's show John Noble wrestling. You got to tell me what this is first. So let's listen to it
Let's
first.
see what you got. Oh yeah.
You know, sometimes in life, opportunity presents itself.
This is quality
They
stuff.
say,
I'm pretty
they
sure
give you
Vince
the
stole
ball,
part of
you
this.
gotta run with
Look
it.
there.
You know, everybody
You know the great thing about that is there's going to be a junior pro
man's
basketball,
been
so it
here,
makes my hands look
never
nasty.
held the heavyweight title. They talk about Shane
so
Williams,
jacked up
the
here.
king of
Now,
Knoxville.
tell
who
the
couldn't
people,
even hold on
you
to the
drink
heavyweight
energy
title.
drinks
They
before the
talk
game.
about
Were you
Shell
drinking an
Anderson,
energy drink
who's been
before this?
around forever.
No, this
Probably
was
wrestled
actually. I
bulls
think
in his
this was
first match, for all I know.
in
Then you talk about
Tazewell,
April
Tennessee.
Knight,
This was actually after the show. I was leaving, and they said we just need you to do a quick 1 minute long promo, which I might add that I hit exactly 60 seconds on the dot. So
And then you talk about a
it's
sixth
quality
man
stuff.
that everybody wants to know who the sixth man is. Everybody better worry about John Noble.
They should worry about who John Noble
The
is.
most technically proficient
You're like slamming the
professional
ball.
wrestler
Like-
walking the
Like I
face
said,
of
the junior
God's
pro
green
ball.
earth is
Most
coming
people would
to
say that's
Maryville,
roid
Tennessee
rage.
on the 31st of May in
I
the
know you
Tennessee
think you're roid
Olympics.
Not
rage.
that kind of
okay.
roid.
And I'm bringing the ball, and I'm taking the ball,
take the ball.
and I'm
He's running with the ball. That
with
dude
it.
is. Absolutely.
I love.
I specifically like that shiny shirt right there.
My
It was
favorite
awesome.
thing is you kind of awkwardly you're like, okay, stop the video. All right, now we got some.
This is
some
Tracy
good
Smothers.
Yeah, this is
That is my man, Tracy Smothers. That's from Kingsport, Tennessee, 2002.
So I was about to say it's
Yeah.
2002 YouTube video.
That's from Kingsport, Tennessee.
Now let's be honest. You know, the body in 2002 was.
Well, that's a
it's a little bit more.
gosh, that's a 28-year-old body there.
Yeah.
So wrestling fans, this is
Oh,
John
we got
Noble,
more.
and
We
I've
got
been
more.
Well, you should have more. There's all of it out-
You
there's all kinds of it out
just
there.
love to advertise yourself, don't
The
you?
hottest wrestling promotion in the southeastern United
What was
States.
this?
I
which is
think
why
you
I'm here.
copied my
I
promo
wanna
style
be the best.
a little
I think
bit.
I am
Is this
the
a
best, and I'm
copyright
here to
thing?
prove it to
This
you
is a
and to
copyright
everybody in this
thing.
locker
Yeah.
room.
Well,
If
we'll
you
be
wanna
out of
keep
it in a
up
second.
with
We're gonna
the
show a little bit
stars
more
of
wrestling
WCW,
videos.
Go to
First of all,
onlineucw.com.
what
Tune in
got
on
you
Saturday
into wrestling?
mornings,
'Cause like
the television
1997 is when you
show, and watch
started,
the
right?
stars of UCW,
Um,
and watch John
It's one of those
Noble
things I grew up
fight
watching it, loved it,
top.
had an opportunity to get into it, and just kind of went with it.
This is more 2002, isn't it?
Yeah, same match. I thought you'd have more than one match. I mean, come on.
All right. All right. So you ready to do some highlights?
Absolutely, let's do it.
Okay. So first up, we've got LMU men. Now they played in the Division II national tournament. It's the first round. Okay. Of this. All right. So let's do it. You can read from the prompt or read from the notes. Here we go.
LMU, the top-ranked team in the nation, taking on Lander in the first round of the D2 NCAA tournament. First half, Lander in a man set, but it's hard to man this guy up. Dorian Pinson, he finished with 9.
It's nice.
The Bearcats quick to respond, though. Travis Frediman pulls up from mid-range, 2 of his 14 on the night. LMU up by 4. But J.R. Washington goes up and under to cut it to 2. He also scored 14.
Oh, now that was some hot sizzle.
Absolutely. I was just thinking hot sizzle. But the big guy, Emmanuel Terry, tried to make the rim or take the rim home, and from that point on, it's pretty much all splitters. Jarrell Simmons with 1 of his 5 assists. Jalen Steele drains it for 3 of his 22. He led the floor.
That guy's good.
Curtis McMillian had a double-double off the bench. He gets the assist to Steele,
Oh yeah.
and then no need to set up the offense. Hey, Jamie, how's your 3 ball? I think I know the answer to that one already.
Real
This is-
good.
This is going to mark Coach Church's 200th win, and the win ties the LMU school record for most wins in a season. Great coach. We've been down there several times to his team camp. Quality guy, Coach Church is.
You gotta keep.
Final score, LMU 98, Lander 71,
The Splitters, they shoot 52% from the field.
and advance to the next round of the men's Division II national tournament.
Defensive energy, their effort on that side of the ball is terrific, and offensively we got some really gifted guys, some shot makers, and you saw today, I mean, hit 14 threes. People say, you know, offense, whatever wins, or defense wins, and balance wins. You got to be good on both sides of the ball, and this group all year has been really committed on both sides of the ball. They've been an absolute joy to work with. This group's got to write its own story, and we talked about that back in August, that we were going to write its own story with its own chapters, and that's where we are. We're towards the end, but now it's just how does the book finish.
All right, so here we go. We got the LMU men. They move on to the round of 32. They'll play the winner of the Columbus State Queens game, and of course that'll be tomorrow. Now, tell us what's coming up here with the U-Pike men and women. The NAIA.
The NAIA Division I men's and women's basketball tournaments get started next week. The UPike men are in the field of 32. The Bears are a 2 seed and will play William Jessup out of California. Slated for a 4:30 local tip time on Thursday, March 17th out in Kansas City, Missouri. Lauren Cash will have all the coverage for you right here on WYMT and WYMT.com. And the UPike women also get a bid. The Bears are a 6 seed and will play Wayland Baptist out of Texas. This game also on Thursday, March 17th. The women will tip off at 9 a.m. local time, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And of course, the women's tournament is held in Independence, Missouri.
All right, good job, Coach Noble. By the way, before the UPike men and women, they take the court on Thursday. The Cumberland's men get everything started with the very first game of the opening round on Wednesday. UC will face off with Langston, Oklahoma. As you see, Langston is the 3 seed and are making their 4th appearance on the national stage and first since the 2008 season. They are 0-3 all-time at the national tournament. All right, we got some college softball. You want to do these?
College softball. All right, let's try it. 15th ranked Kentucky looking to win a series this afternoon at South Carolina. Up 1 run in the first, bases loaded. Brianna Ray singles back up the middle. That'll score a pair of runs, 3-0 Wildcats.
Did you play softball?
I've played many slow pitch softball innings. Move on to the 4th now, 4-0 with 2 outs. Jenny Schaefer doubles the left center, gets past the outfield and rolls to the wall.
They killed him, Coach. They killed him. Look at that.
Well, I haven't got to that part yet. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. Number 15, Kentucky wins 5-1. Not killing them.
That's killing them, kind of, softball.
5-1. You've never played any serious slow pitch softball.
Okay.
All right.
Back here in the locker room with Coach Noble, Mr. I Know Softball. Nice job there, Coach. Did you have fun?
Appreciate it. Oh, I had a blast. Loved it.
Okay, now we got to get to your team because you're playing Sweet 16 next week.
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell us who you're playing.
We were playing Murray High School.
Yeah.
Out of the 1st region.
Region 1. I saw them at the All-A this year. They're pretty good.
They are very good. They're playing really good basketball right now. They've knocked off Paducah Tillman and McCracken County. I don't know any relation there or not, but they've knocked off both of them. Hope that didn't make you mad. But they've knocked off both the 2 of the bigger, better schools in that region, and they're playing really good basketball.
Yeah, and we see your team now, of course, in the 14th Region Championship.
I'm telling them to take the ball and run with it. Right there.
Is that what you do?
Exactly what I'm telling them.
You've got so many guys. Of course, you got the hashtag mullet here with Shannon Blank. Everybody loves the mullet. But what do you make, I guess? This is truly what the Sweet 16 is all about. You got a team clear from Eastern Kentucky, and you got a team from Region 1 clear out in the West. Going into it knowing that, like, you just have to go off film and things like that, I guess, how do you approach it differently? And it's a big-time game, too.
Well, it's the state tournament, obviously, at Rupp Arena, and, I don't even know if we were playing a team we were familiar with, obviously, it would be a little better, but just with them being all the way out there, we're pretty much just going home film, like you said. We're trying to compare them to teams that we've played that we think they're similar to. They're a little bit similar in style to Perry. Yes. There's some pretty distinctive differences there, but we're just trying to find a team that we relate them to and just try to prepare for it that way.
Cool. Well, like I said, we're seeing this video. By the way, I know you got kind of mad. I think I showed here in a second. Or you didn't get mad, but you're like, oh my gosh, Jamie, I got you kissing your wife.
Yeah.
I think that's coming up here, but oh.
It's what the thing a man has to do to get some affection.
See, that's sweet though. And then you turn.
It was.
Well, Hoskins is kind of mad, but yeah, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
It was either kiss my wife or talk to you. So no offense. So,
I understand. All right. Well, here's a look at the bracket. You all tipped the tournament off with the very first game. It'll be at noon on Wednesday. I'll be there. I can't wait for that. So it should be fun. Have anything else you want to say about going into this game?
We're just really looking forward to it, obviously. Our fan base has been waiting 27 years for us to get back down there. Everybody's excited about it, and the community support's been outstanding. So everybody's just really excited about going back.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. Did you have fun? Is this cool?
This has been awesome.
It's kind of hard, isn't it?
It is a little difficult. The whole reading thing's a little rough. I'm a PE teacher for a reason.
I'm gonna give you like an 8 or a 9. That was strong. We got Jeff Davis and Travis Stewart coming up. They've got.
Oh, these guys will be better than me.
Okay.
These guys are going to be better than I am. You already said you're saving York for last because he's the best anyway, or the most handsome. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He was the most handsome.
Yeah, we're not supposed to.
The prettiest. He said the prettiest. I'm sorry.
You're not supposed to say the stuff that happens behind the scenes. Yeah, it's okay. No, you're supposed to.
All right.
Okay. I hope you have fun.
I've had a great time.
All right, cool. Coming up next on the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime Saturday night, I think we have Travis York next. No, we have Jeff Davis next. That's right. Jeff Davis of South Laurel. He co-hosts the next segment. Welcome back. Jeff Davis joins us now on the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime Saturday night. His South Laurel Cardinals, 13th region champs, and headed to the Sweet 16. When's the last time South Laurel made it to the Sweet 16?
2008.
You weren't there,
Steve
were you?
Wright.
Steve Wright. It's Southwestern coach right now.
Yes.
He's pretty crazy. Do you know Steve?
I
Wright?
know Steve real well. He's not crazy.
No, he's not crazy. I mean, he's like one of the nicest guys, but I mean, he's
not like you though.
No, I'm definitely the nicest guy.
Yeah. Well, it's not what Lauren says.
Oh, okay then.
That's
All
what
right.
she said.
Lauren, as our director laughs in my ear, Lauren's watching, so I guarantee my phone's going to be going off here in a second.
Online on WAMT.com.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. What do you don't even you don't have a clue what's coming. You think we're just going to read highlights, don't you?
No, I know. I've already seen the script.
Oh, you have? Okay.
I've already been studying.
Jonathan, director, let's show that image real quick. We got this photo of you. I took this off your Facebook. Tell us what's going on here. Is this really
I was just
you?
trying to help Cal. He needed help in that game. That is real.
That's real you? It's
That
like
is real.
2008?
No, that was like 2011.
Oh, I read that wrong then.
Because Calipari wasn't at Kentucky in 2008.
That's true. He's only been there for
You
6
didn't
years.
do your research tonight. Got you today.
See, you got me already. I'm already in the discrep email.
You thought you were getting me with that picture.
I was. I mean, look at your physique and look at how focused you are.
I was.
Yeah. What game was that?
Now you're asking. Good question. Not for sure. But it was 2011.
Are you a big Kentucky fan?
Huge. Especially after Billy Gillespie.
That's true. That's true. All right. You ready to do some highlights?
Let's go.
Do you know what's coming up first? Can you tell the people?
You're making me do Kansas.
What's wrong with that?
Well, we don't like Kansas.
All right. Do you want him to show the video now?
Whatever you want to do.
Okay. Well,
It's your show.
This is the Big 12 championship.
Here we go. The number 1 seed, Kansas Jayhawks. Kansas, Wayne Seldom Jr., Uncle Anthony in the crowd with the big clock. West Virginia head coach Bob Huggins with a little bit of a smile before the game, which is unusual. First half, Carter with the dish to Devin Williams with the dunk, 4-0 WVU. Off the Kansas turnover, Mountaineers on the break. Phillip on the push, the dish to Carter for the layup. Mountaineers by 5.
That's nice.
But here comes Graham. He starts heating up. 3 ball goes. That pulls the Jayhawks within 2. 27 for Graham on the night. And then Graham gets the steal, makes a nice spin move, slows down, passes to Wayne Seldom Jr. for the layup.
A nice
in the
spin
glass.
move. That was a heck of a spin move.
There's a layup by somebody.
Yeah. You're fine. No, you're good. He had 21. Later, Williams rips the rebound down.
There you go.
He trails the play here. Now, watch this.
With authority.
Yes, here it is.
Boom. Booyah. Is that how you said it?
I don't say it like that.
Well, I'm trying to go off of you, you know what I'm saying? Now it's Phillips playing a little nice floor game for West Virginia. Gets into the lane, finds a freshman along the baseline, goes up for the power dunk.
Essa Ahmad.
Whatever you said, buddy. But the goggles, ready to play, Devin. Williams finishes with a game high 31.
That's it. West Virginia falls to Kansas in the Big 12 championship game.
I was really pulling for West Virginia in that game.
I'm laughing so hard.
I know, that's tough.
Oh my gosh, that was
How do you
funny.
do this?
I don't know. You did good. It was funny. It was hilarious.
Coach Noble does a great job.
He did, but no, you really did do a good job. You got lost because I kind of ad-libbed in.
See, you distracted me.
Yeah, and I distracted you. All right. Well, I'm supposed to say nice job in those highlights. So we're back here in the locker room with South Laurel head coach Jeff Davis. I appreciate you joining me tonight. So first of all, how excited are you going to the Sweet 16 next week?
I'm real excited, mainly for our kids. They've worked really hard for this in the last 2 years, not getting out of the district. So to have this opportunity to go to Rupp, I'm really happy for those guys, especially our seniors that have been working really hard for this.
Sure. And, I mean, you guys did it in convincing fashion, too, at the tournament, at the 13th region tournament. I mean, beating everybody by double digits. Did you expect that going into it?
Not at all. Not at all. It was a shocker to all of us, but really proud of how our kids defended all week and played together, and it's really built off for the last month. And see how well we played. It was kind of shocking each game to see how the margin ended up.
Mm-hmm. Going into this thing, I mean, I guess how confident are you?
We got a tough game with Christian County. They're probably one of the best or the best team in the state. 29-2, haven't lost to a Kentucky team. So our hands are going to be full, but our guys are confident. We're had 2 great days of practice, and we'll go in and we'll give them our best shot.
What's the best moment you've had on the court this year with your team?
It's probably just not one moment, but I think in the regional tournament, seeing Kyle Smith, one of our sophomores, get in the game and hitting a 3, banking a 3 in at the end of the game was cool.
How do you like this? Did you like this game? This was a semifinal game, wasn't it?
We played really well. I thought our defense at the beginning of the game really got us going, and it's probably outside the finals, it's probably our best defensive game of the year.
Let me ask you something this, because I know you probably make a case. The Corbin Arena is a terrible basketball venue to play this tournament in. Do you not agree? Can you imagine if the 13th region tournament was at your school or Clay County?
Well, for the fans and the atmosphere of getting people closer to the court and having it loud and that stuff.
Yeah.
But to get you ready for Rupp, I can understand having it there. The big floor, the opening area. But yeah, you would have more fans, I think. It would be more of a high school atmosphere. But Rupp's big as well, so I didn't mind it this year.
Oh, well, of course, because you won. Okay, we're seeing your Andrew Griffith right there. He's at Williamsburg last year. But also, talk about the freshman. That kid was hitting threes. What's his name?
J.J. Ramey.
J.J. Ramey, yeah. Lauren Cash says he's pretty good.
He is. He's really come on the second half of the year, shoots the ball with no fear. And he's just, he's helped us from the beginning of the year to now. And he's improved so much. And other guys feed off of him and look for him. And he's improved, like you said, a whole lot, especially defensively, what I'm more worried about.
And then how much fun has it been for you? Because we knew at the beginning of the year, we knew number 1, 13th region was stacked. But at the same time, we knew that you were going to be one of the favorites to win this thing. And now that you've done it, I guess, how much fun has the ride been?
Well, that's what I was talking with our assistants. This season has gone by so fast that you got to think back and just see where you started and where you've come. And now looking back at the season, it's been a fun ride. You know, we've had our ups and downs throughout the year, but for us to finally break that door down and get back to the state tournament is something really special, especially with this bunch. Like Braden Miller's been with me since day 1 as an 8th grader, and it's nice to see him finally break that door down. He's a brother-in-law to Ty Profit, who won the state title at South Laurel.
What year was that?
2005.
2005, okay. Well, here's a look at your matchup. Frankie Smith, we were talking about him earlier before the show, the former Sheldon Clark head coach, and now at Christian County. You guys will meet up with the Region 2 winner of the Colonels. They just lost twice this year.
To out-of-state teams.
Oh, yeah, so they haven't even lost to an in-state team.
Not into an in-state team.
Didn't even know that.
They're really, really good. Their 2 big players are shooting around 40% from 3, and it's not like they've only taken 5 or 6. They've taken over 150 threes, and one has taken over 200. So, and they're really, really quick and athletic, so that's going to pose a big challenge to us.
Yeah, and one of those losses, by the way, before we go, just one of those losses that I have to talk about. I think it was not Owensboro, but Owen County with Carson Williams.
Yes.
So, in your opinion, I guess, would you say, I know you probably have a vote, Carson Williams or Quentin Good?
Well, we played against both of them.
Yeah,
and
Quentin's good, man.
Quentin had 30-some on us, and Carson had almost 30 on us, so it's wherever your heart is, you know.
Yeah.
Quentin's really, really good. So is Carson. It's going to be a tough choice, whoever it is. They both deserve it.
And they handed you have 6 losses. One of those losses was to Owen County, right?
And one was to Taylor County.
And one was to Taylor. Okay. Well, good luck, Coach. Appreciate you being on.
Appreciate it.
It's all the best to you, because I'll be out there and I can't wait. It's 1:30 tip time, right, on Thursday?
Correct.
Cool. Jeff Davis, South Laurel. He rocked it. We'll be back after this.
Making fun of our quarterback last big game.
We're on live TV now. You can't talk.
Oh, hey. Randy, they're getting ready to make fun of you. Watch out.
Welcome back.
Turn your TV off.
Third time as a charm. We had Jeff Davis. We had John Noble. They killed their segments. Now, that leaves a lot of pressure for Travis York, head coach of the Lawrence County Bulldogs. Coach, first of all, your shoe game is always sweet. I like your shoes all the time.
My wife picks those out for me. She's ordered those for me, so.
You're wearing some nice Nikes tonight. We won't
Appreciate
show them
it.
because we don't want to embarrass you too much, but do a great job. Great job. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that.
Hard to get 14s, but she has to order them online for me a lot of times.
Yeah. Our producer said
I don't knock
with
those
the
things
high
out.
kick. Did you try to kick it?
About ripped my pants.
Okay. Well, the other thing I have before we go to a piece of video, your Instagram is on like another level.
I like to cook.
That's what I'm about to
like
say.
to eat, as you probably can see when I stand up here. You got a little belly going
Yeah.
right now. But
Yeah.
I'll let you know what I have for breakfast in the morning. I'll make sure I tag you in it.
Okay.
Get you in there.
Well, I mean, seriously, it
Get you
looks
a few more likes, maybe a few followers.
it legit looks like 5-star like food.
I like to cook. I don't know what to say.
I mean,
like
I
to
enjoy
eat,
it.
like to cook. So.
All right. All right. The first thing we've got is so you have this kid on your team named Grant Kaiser.
Great kid.
Great kid.
Despite what you're getting ready to show.
Yeah. He's the quarterback. He's also a guard/forward for your basketball
Great
team.
leader, smart kid.
Yeah. Okay. So we interviewed him. This is Pigskin Previews. This is for the football. Okay. This is a football interview.
Not girls basketball. Yeah. I know.
Okay.
That's what he. Oh, go ahead.
Just go to the video.
Are all roads in at Diddle, so I mean, that's just where we want to make it. Are all roads in at Diddle, so I mean, that's just where we want to make it.
Are all roads in at Diddle, so I mean, that's just where we want to make it.
Are all roads in at Diddle, so I mean, that's just where we want to make it. Are all roads in.
Oh, okay. So
Like I said, great kid, smart kid.
are you
Had a little mistake there,
are you
just
sure
thought.
Grant knows where he's going next week? I mean,
Well, we're going to make sure we get him on the bus and take him to the right place.
I don't want to. Let's take this football helmet. I don't want to confuse him. Grant, this is your basketball coach. Okay, not Cecil. Okay. Okay. So I think that's enough, right? Should we do some? Let's see. What did I give you? Oh, okay. So you got highlights.
Michigan.
Do you know what this is though?
Probably not what you're actually going to show me, or you're going to throw some loop
Well,
at me.
you got to introduce it. You got to introduce highlights. You got to say this is the Big Ten semifinals.
Michigan taking on Purdue in the Big Ten
Go!
semifinals. Purdue trying to win their first conference title in 7 years. First half, Purdue out to an early lead. A.J. Hammonds hits the baseline jumper. 10-2 Boilermakers. Hammonds Weef. It says Weef. You know, who wrote this? I can read. It says Weef. But anyways, 15 first half points later. Michigan making it close. Zach Irvin, I think that's his name. Is that the way you spell it?
Yes.
Okay. A tough jumper. Purdue by 1. And then the Boilermakers are going to take the halftime lead with a nicely timed baseline jumper by Hammond. Second half, I can't see that. Yeah, well, it's this second half. Okay. Second half, Derek Walton Jr. with the steal. I think you already made that. Okay, hey, that was Walton Jerwith. That's also spelled wrong. Another typo and another steal. Okay, there we go. I think I got that one on time even. But Purdue builds their lead back up with the Mr. I get buckets. Did you write that too? I get buckets. Okay. Work inside for the spin move, layup. I think that's where we're at. It looks like an and one. Big number 20 puts it in.
I'm dead.
Okay. You're welcome, Grant. I got him back for you. Those Lawrence County people look out for all.
You don't even know who won the game.
Oh, it was Purdue. Boilermaker, shout out to a Boilermaker, Jared Parker. He's a wide receivers coach up there. Played ball with him.
We got to get to the next highlight.
Okay.
Let's find out who Purdue will play in the championship game tomorrow. We start the highlight pack with some blood. That's Melo Trimble. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Go second half. Michigan State up 6.
Yeah, Rashid Suleiman, no.
Robert Carter, yes.
Robert Carter, yes.
All right.
Skies for the fall jam.
Yeah. All right, a little later. You're good.
Okay, Denzel Valentine. It's already out of February. It's Valentine's Day for him every day, though. It's the tough. He had a jumper, I think. See, this kid here, oh, look at that. You know it's going to go in because it's on the highlights.
I know.
Okay. Tell me when Matt Costello gets up there. I'll start with that.
I'll tell you. I think this is Matt Costello.
Okay, nice pass. Oh, I told it a little too soon. He hadn't even passed it yet. Okay.
Now, this guy's got a great name. Diamond Stone.
Diamond Stone.
Did you see that block?
Yeah.
Take another look. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, the shot blocks, what you got written here. That's not very exciting.
Man.
Oh, no. I like the big blocks. I cannot lie. Oh, there it is.
I like
big blocks, and I see what you did there. Sir Mix-a-Lot.
This is, okay, that's
Sir
it.
McCracken's a lot over here.
That's it. Can you tell the final score?
Cracking up on my players. I ain't putting up with them cracking. You ain't cracking on my players. You ain't picking on Grant Kaiser anymore. I need a promise before I read that. Sparty does something. Nobody cares. It wasn't Kentucky.
Michigan State will
It's
play.
not Lawrence County, Kentucky. I'm not reading it.
This has just been all the pieces. Michigan State will play Purdue. That's all you needed. They'll play in the Big Ten Championship.
First time in 7 years, I think you wrote for Michigan.
Oh, my
that's right.
gosh.
I hope it's right. We may need to fact check that.
Can I get to your game now?
No, you can come to breakfast if you want.
All right, let's come to breakfast.
Biscuits and gravy, whatever, waffles. I can make whatever, pancakes. Just go through my Instagram.
I don't
Pick out
know.
your favorite meal. Come on.
I'm trying to interview you now, and this is going. Okay, no, don't run the video yet. Don't run the video yet, Jonathan. Okay, all right. Coach York, can we just...
Yeah, okay. I'll be
Bring it
good.
in.
I'll be good.
I'm sweating. Okay. I
See
really
these
should.
lights?
Yeah, there's a lot of lights. Okay. You're going Sweet 16. This is our first time in school history. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, the community's really supported us all year. We went around, took the trophy to every school in the county. Like I said, just really appreciate what the community's done for us. Getting ready to have a pep rally on Tuesday, 5:30 for the community to come. It should be a pretty interesting event. I'm just amazed at how much support we got. Bulldog Vanhoose, right there is the head coach to the head coach, greatest man in Lawrence County.
I was hoping you'd tell me about him because he is pretty cool. They call him Bulldog, right?
He's calling, but we couldn't get into his name wasn't on the roster, so we couldn't get him in the arena the other day. And he said, pointed where it says mascot, he said, right there's my name. And she said, your name's Bulldog? He said, yes. And he says, well, she said, you're the mascot? He said, yeah. So she let him in. So some guy from East Ridge vouched for him when we got in there.
Oh, he doesn't pay to get in games.
No, but I mean, that was the first time I've ever seen somebody that didn't know who he
Didn't know
was.
who he was? Yeah. He's always at football games, all that stuff. All right, tell me about your team. Obviously, you've got to be pretty excited. You've got so many athletes on this team, number one, but I think maybe the biggest concern, maybe I'm wrong, this is just an opinion, I guess, but you are small. You have a lot of guards. Now,
Yeah, all guards.
Freakishly athletic, and they play together forever.
Yeah.
But
5,000-point scorers, got 3 of them, one already over 2,000, 2 more that possibly could if we win a couple games here in the state. Timmy will get it next year if you don't get it this year. We got the 3 all-time leading scorers in the history of our school already that have already broken it. Austin Chafis is fairly close, so it's by far the best team I think we've ever had as a collective group.
yeah, they are fun. The kids really get along. I think honestly that's a common theme though with all 3 of you guys here tonight. All of your teams, I think, have such good chemistry all around.
Yeah, these players have been starting together for 4 years. Really care about each other, really love each other. As you can see there with that big dog pile we did at the end.
Yeah. How did this
Great,
feel?
good kids.
How'd that feel?
I still don't know. I'll tell you maybe in a month or so because we're still just floating in Lawrence County. We don't even know what to think of ourselves.
And of course, you took this job over Coach Cook, who's now at Mercer County.
Yeah.
He's filled some big shoes because he left you. Usually, when coaches leave,
Yeah.
they leave you with crap.
Yeah.
Okay,
He
you
left
got
me with a
left
good-
with
he
talent.
He left me with a really good situation. I
Jeff
walked into a
Davis
good,
is raising
good
his hand right
situation.
now. What'd you say?
Walked into a great situation. Coach Cook did a lot to build with him. Even Randy Anderson for that. These boys, Bobby Anderson, his son was the same age as them, and he worked with him before he went. I would love to see him. Got to the regional finals. Love to see him there too. It would have been great.
All right, well let's look at your matchup. You'll play Region 6 winner Doss, the Dragons. That's a really cool mascot, I think.
It is a neat mascot.
Now John Noble, his Buckhorn Wildcats going to tip off at noon on the first day.
Love the mullets. Love the mullets. Thought about growing one out for the show, but it just didn't have time.
We're going to talk about that at the end of the show. With all of us.
They beat us pretty good there at the WYMT 2 years ago. Came back on us, and it was a heartbreaking loss.
Well, all I was going to say was you guys will play the noon game. What do you make of Doss? What have you seen them? I'm so burning up because you made me.
Very athletic team. They'll get up in you and play really hard pressure man defense. They like to get up and down. They're the 4th leading scoring team in the out of the 16 left, and like I said, we'll get up and down. They'll get up and down. It should be a high-scoring game.
And I think if you guys win, I'm pretty sure, and Taylor County wins, you'd probably play Taylor County.
Yeah, Taylor County or could be from the 10th region, so Mason County. So those pretty good matchup. There, when you get this point, all 16 teams are good teams, and you just got to play.
I'm not even going to ask if you had fun because that was ridiculous.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I liked watching you get a little sweaty there.
I had to take my jacket off. I like this, though. I think I look nice.
You look nice.
Okay.
I like the jacket better, though.
All right. I'll put it back on for the last segment.
You know, I like cooking. If it's too hot, you got to get out of the kitchen.
Will you tell people that the play of the week is coming up next?
Okay. The play of the week is coming up next.
Commercials.
Even spelled all those
Now.
words right.
Welcome back.
All right, it's our time for our play of the week, and we got some Jamal Murray. Guys, he's really good, isn't he?
Great play.
Would you guys like to have him? You guys like to have him? Then we have a 3-ball here by him. Jamal Murray, our play of the week. We'll watch it one more time. Watch this dunk. Weep the young. Okay.
Get some.
Get some. That's what I say. Okay, so we're back here. Now we are in the locker room. We got to close out the show, but before we go, first of all, thank you guys because you guys.
Thanks for having me.
You guys killed it.
Appreciate it.
You guys killed it. Guy in the middle here. I don't know.
I think your job is pretty.
Yeah.
He didn't have one turnover.
He really did.
He found yours.
He found all my turnovers. That's right. All right, quick hitters. Before we go, I'm just going to go down the line and y'all answer these questions, okay? All right, it's going to be stupid, silly stuff probably, but favorite cereal?
Captain Crunch.
Fruity Pebbles.
Honeycombs.
Okay. favorite basketball team that is like non-high school, obviously your team is your favorite, but
The Running Mullets.
You said high school or non-high school? Non-high school?
Yeah.
Just whatever we want to say. Say whatever we want to.
That's what I said.
Well, obviously Kentucky. I'm a big Kentucky fan.
Yeah, Gonzaga.
Okay. This is a question not for him. Could you two wrestle him and beat him? Not by yourself, but the two of you against him.
If you give me Bulldog Van Hoos as a tag team partner, he is always wanting us to have a wrestle match. He would be all about it.
Oh.
Bulldog,
How much money are you paying us?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd probably pay $100 to see if you guys could beat him.
Me and
if you beat him, I'd probably pay.
I want no part of Bulldog. I
wouldn't either.
I want no part of Bulldog.
He's only like 5'2", though, isn't he? Right? He's pretty short.
Oh yeah, but he's strong. Strong as an ox.
I shouldn't say that, right?
Yeah.
He's came after me a couple times. All right.
He's going to get you
He
again.
gets mad at me every once in a while too.
Oh my God.
Tells me who it is.
What else I got to say? Oh, you want to talk about the mullets?
Oh,
Who wants
yeah.
to start? Yeah, okay.
Hey, great.
Great mullets?
Great. I don't know about great, but interesting, no doubt.
See, you lost Peyton Cooper though.
We did.
So that was like the ultimate mullet.
That was Peyton is the originator of the mullet.
Does he have to grow one out now that you made the state tournament?
Me or him?
You.
I had mine. I had mine back in the day. I didn't know any better. These kids know better, but I don't. You guys did not have one?
No.
No, never.
No.
I think I had a little hair right here, but nothing.
I
Not a
never
full
could
mullet.
really grow a good one, but I mean, I had like a little one going, but it was just, it was just a haircut. It wasn't, these kids know better than this, but.
Someone got the pork chops and all.
You got to do something like that.
You got to do something because I think the mullet, like, who was it? Matt Jones asked me about the mullet, if it made them better players, and it makes them tougher because, I mean, if you're going to wear that hair, you probably need to be tough.
Yeah. All right, see, if you were doing it, you guys, all three of you guys have some kids on your team that have some, like, great hair. So you got, of course, Shannon Blank.
Right.
You got Timmy, who, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say, I mean, Timmy needs to go back to the J. Cole look. Like, he's got Afro Man coming now.
Timmy's trying to get as tall as he possibly can. That way I can put it on. He wants me to put 6'5" on the roster next year, so he's growing that stuff out.
Okay. And then, of course, you've got Andrew Griffin. Actually, you've got two guys. Caleb Taylor's got that sway.
He's got the California sunshine look.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice, pretty.
Timmy's best friend Tanner has the nice flowing hair too,
Nice
the sunshine look. Yeah.
Shaven's got a haircut though this week.
Yeah,
so.
Me and him and Brandon got haircuts this week. So.
What are you guys looking forward to the most? And then we'll get out of here. Are you for the Sweet 16? Because none you guys have it. I mean,
I'm looking forward most to my kids' reaction to see how they handle it, the first time they step on the floor in front of 15,000, 16,000 plus. I'm very anxious to see how they react.
I'm really looking forward to the fact that these kids win the first one ever and kind of having that pressure of all year, knowing that we had such a good chance to do that. I think this will be the most relaxed we've played and just go out there and have fun. And I'm looking forward to see how that looks.
I like Coach. I want to see their reaction when they get to go out on Rupp's floor. That's going to be a neat experience for them.
Because, I mean, they've all been to probably Kentucky games. A lot of them have. But, I mean, just playing is different.
It'll be
field.
some of our kids' first time ever being in Rupp.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
and then I've got 3 or 4 that win every year since they're 5 to watch
Yeah.
this. You know what I mean? So it's going to be an interesting. We got a nice advantage of playing the second day, which you can do too. That's kind of a good thing to go there and feel it for a day and see.
It's like totally opposite for you.
Yeah, we're just and that's I think that may be the best thing for us. Just go down there and just jump right in. I mean, like we go around every day looking the way our guys look. It's just I don't think much is gonna faze us.
No.
So we're just excited to be there.
Cool. Man, I hope people enjoy this as much as I did. I mean, this is fun. You guys, I mean, we had fun. We did some silly things. I know. maybe boss ain't gonna like that, but we did some silly things. We all sit down.
We didn't get you any scripts, did we?
Oh no,
They're not
I'm in
our
the disc
bosses,
script. I'm in the disc scripts because Coach York over here had to make a fool of me.
You said you were going to put me in the disc script, so
Right.
I figured I'd get my money's worth.
The funny thing is, nobody at home even knows what the disc scripts are, but we send out a disc script email.
I'm still not sure I know what they are.
Well, it's all the mistakes that happen in the show. So basically what I can do is mistake number 1, mistake number 2, mistake number 3. I could do that.
I just hope there's not a fine involved.
I won't do
Especially for spelling.
I got fined this year already. I've already been fined this year. So
This has been the longest rap to the show of all time. You feel good about that?
Well, you can have. We'll come
If
back.
you're going to do it right.
We'll come back anytime. I'm sure you don't want me to, but
This
anytime you
may
want
be
me
the
to.
last time. Whoever wins this regions next year, we apologize for ruining ruining your chance to come back.
All right. Well, again, thank you guys. Thank you for joining us on the Appalachia Wireless Sports Overtime Saturday night. Hope you had fun. Depending on who wins in Kansas City, Lauren Cash may or may not be back here next Saturday. Of course, she'll be covering U-Pike and Cumberland's. Depending on who wins out of these 3 guys, I might not be back here on Saturday. If you don't have either one of us, Lauren or I, of course, Josh will be here holding down the fort. Until next time, enjoy your night.